What is up, everyone? Welcome to the final regular season Saloon. I am, of course, the Big Ted, joined tonight, as always, by Sage. How was it going?
Oh man, I am fantastic. I had a pretty okay weekend. I saw some friends, saw my dad. He was in the hospital, unfortunately, but he got better. Uh, it was all groovy, baby. Let me tell you.
All right,
How was your weekend, Ted?
good. I'm just confused by something you just said. You
Oh,
you saw some what?
Now
I
move on,
saw
Ted.
some close acquaintances that I've known since I was a child.
Okay, all right, thank you. Um. Anyways, next up, It is none other than the brand new THL mod, Ronald Mexico. How's it going?
Hey, it's going good, man. Can't believe now we got two out of three regular hosts as a mod right now. Only Sage, not a mod. Come on, Sage, get on our level.
Yeah.
I have my own server to worry about. Leave me alone, Ronald McMexico.
But things are good, man. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for the last episode of the regular season. Talking some playoff preview stuff. It's exciting.
And we have not one but two guests joining us tonight. We're having a little THL all-time cast. First, yet another THL mod. Khell, how's it going?
Hey, good. I've been really sick the past couple of days, but I'm starting to feel a little better, so I'm excited to be on the show.
It's not COVID, is it?
Well, good. I'm glad.
Well, I mean, all right, so technically I never got tested, so I can't say no, but I'm like pretty sure it's not COVID.
Well, that's
Oh,
good.
here's hoping.
Yeah. And also, yet another THL mod getting the hint here, Sage. It's qUAZ. How's it going?
qUAZ, are you alive?
qUAZ?
And
Pause.
crickets.
Did I give you the Rona? Did you die?
That would not be good. But all right, I guess we're moving on without qUAZ. But yeah,
qUAZ, you might
Rest
be
in peace,
muted.
Quaz.
RIP qUAZ. But anyways, oh,
Pour one out for qUAZ.
he just disconnected. Oh, he's back.
Welcome back, qUAZ.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. How are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm well. I was really confused because I saw myself lighting up, but I did not. You guys obviously could not hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I am feeling sick, Khell, because you definitely did me dirty last week. So
Did you
I'm pretty sure I
dirty,
have to go get
boy?
tested.
What do you mean, did
I'm
you
pretty sure
dirty?
I am pretty sure I have to go get tested for like some STIs or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
I'm pretty sure if I don't make playoffs, it's because I tied your ass and didn't beat you into the ground, so...
No. Your match versus me, not the Colts versus SKHS. Just our individual
yeah,
match.
no. I got some lucky draws.
I'm getting flashbacks to what Saloon used to be like.
Yeah. Yeah, anyways.
But a absolutely fantastic show.
Yeah. Well, sure, buddy.
Hold up, who's eating the shoe
You
this
guys
week?
wanna
No.
you guys wanna dive into the meta report?
Yeah. Well, no. Well, you're
Player
trying
of
to
the
skip
week.
player of the week.
Oh yeah. I was just trying to hate on Shu.
You know what? That's fair.
Here's irrelevant. We can skip over him, right?
Wow. No. All right. I'm going to do the player of the week now. All right. You can go ahead and shut up, Quaz. All right. Hero player of the week, Chewbacca. Shu has been the rock of Ask HS, going 5-0 thus far this season and making sure that we are always putting up at least double-digit points, even on our lost weeks. When he's not busy clicking heads in Valorant, he's putting up 4 points every week on the scoreboard for Ask HS and the Hero Series. And this was written by Khell, and I just realized I probably should have just let Khell read this one out. Khell, do you have anything to say about this?
Yeah, I lied. He lost last week.
Well, no. Well, no. This is from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's from 2 weeks ago.
I know.
Oh, okay.
No, Shu definitely. I think Shu deserved it. He's been having a really, really good season, so certainly better than mine anyway. And he is responsible for a large majority of our team's points across the season. So
Yeah, they're very good. And we reached out to Shu to ask him if he had any comments, and he said Shu said he would like to thank his mom, his dad, his team, Khell, and all the hard work Valorant has taught him of going face. So congratulations, Shu, for winning
Nice.
Player of the Week.
Hell yeah.
All right, but yeah. Anyways, get into the meta report. So we really had a huge what's it called? Just top lineup this week of Demon Hunter, Hunter, Paladin, Warrior. But yet it only went 7-7.
Yeah, solid lineup overall. The game win rate was 54%, but the match win rate just a full-on 50%. What I find most interesting, though, looking at the trends from last week, is Paladin right back on the rise after a not perfect week last week, where it actually dropped below 50% for the first time. So right back at 56, 31 bans, and Paladin really seems to be enemy number one in the meta right now. It just finally, I think, took the lead over Warrior for total bans on the season.
You know, if you're looking for a perfect coin flip to bring every week, then you might not want to look any farther than Demon Hunter, Hunter, Mage, Paladin, which last week went 4-4 and game win 17-17. So literally 50-50 just across the board.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Who
Also,
doesn't love a coin flip?
I know it's been a pretty common theme in the past that we've talked about when decks they kind of fall into that trap of if they're not getting banned, you have a counter for them. But not Paladin this week. Gets banned 31 times and yet still puts up a positive 56% win rate.
Okay, hang on. Am I reading this right? Did 9 people bring Shaman? What?
Well, no. A shaman was played 9 times. So so it could be played multiple times in one matchup. But yeah, it was
Gotcha.
still played 9 times and it went positive.
Also, what person in their right mind banned Warlock? What?
Well, not only, interestingly enough, did Shaman get played 9 times last week, but Shaman is also in our lineup for tonight in the post Saloon match between Brushy Tuna and CMAC. CMAC actually has Shaman in his list.
So yeah, CMAC, what's wrong with Shaman? Well,
but we probably still won't see Shaman because Tuna obviously bans it.
Yeah, well, CMAC, if you're saying what's wrong with Shaman, show us that there's nothing wrong with Shaman after the show.
It is interesting to note as well, Brushy Tuna has the opportunity to be the one and only person in all of Hero Season, all of Hero Series for the entire season to actually ban Shaman if he bans C-Max Shaman tonight. Just saying.
Do it, Tuna.
Do it.
Ban Shaman or no balls.
Oh, Tuna, you're getting called out. Oh, Tuna Mattia no balls.
Will you? Are you going to drink out of a shoe, or will you eat it?
Wait, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did this come from, qUAZ?
This was back.
No. Don't answer it. I don't think we're allowed to talk about this person on stream.
Throwback references, but we will move on. Anything else to say about the actual meta report?
I don't think so.
Why does? Oh wait, I'm reading it wrong. Never mind. I can't read. It's okay. Move on.
Oh, and Priest. Fuck Priest too.
Well, I was looking and I thought.
Khell, what was your question? Why can't you read? I can't answer that for you, buddy. I'm sorry. The education system failed you.
Wait, oh my God, Khell and I have something in common.
Yeah. So I thought that it said that Priest was banned 128 times. And I was like, damn, why people be hating on Priest so much?
Yeah,
but no,
that's Paladin.
It's Paladin, yeah.
All right.
Fair enough.
But anyways, time to get into our last week reveal. Starting off with the Purple Conference, we have Dad Legend versus NBH. And Sage, I'll let you run through this one.
Okay, so I predicted this one 5-0, man. I got every pick right last week, and that is awesome. I love it. In the 1, we had Agent Pee-wee taking it 3-1 over Isocles. In the 2, we saw Skittles taking it 3-2 over Starlax. In the 3, Yellow Dart takes it 3-1 over Posca. In the 4, Hockey Boys 3 takes it 3-2 over Super Murloc. And in the 5, Shunsui sweeps Clarity, giving it 15-11 MPH over Dead Legend.
And when I just realized, because we had Skittle Starlax on our Tuesday night bar fight last week, and Starlax brought Shaman, that is back-to-back weeks that we've had bar fight players bringing Shaman.
There must just be something wrong with Saloon, that we just attract Shaman players.
Maybe. Careful,
it's the
T-Max.
bar
Starlax
fight.
lost with
It's
it.
the bar fight.
Starlax lost with it. I don't think we even saw him play it last week, did we? No, we did. Yeah, not a whole lot to say here. Dead Legend putting up double digits, but not really making playoffs anyways. So
Yeah,
Purple
this
is
effectively eliminates them, right? If they had any chance at all, it's gone now. Dead Legend.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Dead Legend is.
And no pros here clinched.
Yeah. Exactly. Dead Legend is what? What is that? 30, 34 out, and they can only get 23 this week. So
I'm pretty sure that Purple is like essentially locked.
yeah,
like,
yeah, it's essentially locked. There's like a backdoor chance of BBYC catching F2L Black, but
but they
Black
have to have BBYC has to have a perfect week to do it, and with an average points per week of 13, it's very unlikely.
Basically,
wait.
BBYC needs to gain 18 points. F2L Black in 1 week.
Well, right, but that means that F2L has to
exactly
get no points.
Yeah. Sorry, Sage.
Ted, if BBYC doesn't get enough points, and if F2L gets swept, and IGN sweeps their opponent, then IGN could make it.
I mean, yeah, technically, but for IGN would need to gain, 22 points? So IGN needs to have a perfect week, and F2L Black needs to not
get 0
anything.
points. And there's no way that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. F2L has been kind of taking it real easy the past couple weeks.
I mean, you can't rule anything out in Hero Series, right? Shades of what happened to Dead Legend last season, but at least realistically, what we're looking at is 3 teams are locked and most likely a 4th. Really impressive win for No Pros here. Just they're still undefeated. Can't pass over that. 6-0 so far. Top points in, I believe, the entire series, and they're going to be a scary team in the playoffs. Meanwhile, Dead Legend, unfortunately, disappointing season, and this does eliminate them effectively.
Yep. All right.
And speaking of top points, Challenge Stoners are only 1 point behind NPH, and they are 4-2.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to the Challenge Stoners match. Challenge Stoners versus ATL. And qUAZ, would you like to run us through this one?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the 1 seed, we got Dardar Binks at 6-0, taking down the big blue Spartan 3-2. Then Always Just in Time, sweeping Risen, who's not having a good season at all. Then Inzi in the 3 taking on Brushy Tuna, losing to Brushy Tuna 1-3, with Turtle taking on Pond, going 3-2, and Free Hugs taking on Maddie Ebbs 3-1.
So
to give that overall 4-1 Challenge Stoners.
Yep. So Challenge Stoners, like Sage said, only 1 point out of the lead, and ATL, unfortunately, like Dead Legend, have been eliminated.
But my boy Brushy putting in work, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you gotta feel bad for Brushy. Brushy's having a really solid season, and just not enough.
Yeah, but he's done this in the past where he's just been standout better, like just performing better than everybody else on the team. No problem.
Sorry, go on, Ron.
Oh, I was just going to say, no shame to ATL here, getting a loss to Stoners and having just a rough season overall. This is a completely stacked hero field. Purple Conference is insane right now, so they are eliminated, but Brushy Tuna's got a feather in his cap for this season, having a positive record. And also look at Dardar over there on Challenge Stoners. Year of Dardar Binks right now, guys. 6-0. Be interested to see if he can complete the perfect season.
Yeah, Dardar Binks is our only undefeated player so far. We had 3 going into last week, and he's the only one who made it through. But we'll be getting to those later.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And also, I blame Inzi for Tuna's win there.
Oh yeah, of course. But anyways, next up we have Wild Aces versus the Booty Bay Yacht Club. Khell, would you like to run us through this one?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry to cough there for a sec.
There you go.
All right, so we had Bill Snyder losing 3-1 to Blue Sombrero in the 1 seed. We have Twos sweeping Boozosaurus in the 2. We have Comp sweeping Duin in the 3. We have 9 Eyebrows beating Mako 3-2. And then we have Lord Zeolife sweeping Scritch. And I believe that was there some sort of ban issue in that match? I thought I saw somewhere.
Yeah.
Not as far as I know.
I can't remember. I agree with you. I kind of remember reading something somewhere, but I can't remember exactly what.
Look at how they massacred my boys. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Lord Zeolite.
Also,
Sorry.
just one quick thing. I'd like. Oh, we lost qUAZ. There he's back. One thing I'd like to point out: Duin, I believe, he's having a really good season in Legacy.
Oh yeah.
But not.
He's undefeated in Legacy.
Yeah, he's kicking ass in Legacy. So I'm kind of surprised to see him come in and lose his first hero match.
Okay.
I mean,
so
I'm not really. He played
Yeah.
CMAC, and he's undefeated in the 5 seed in Legacy. Hero 3 seed in purple is way different than gold 5 seed in Legacy. Your first opponent being CMAC, that's rough.
All right,
Yeah, okay, so
enough.
there's that, and there's also the fact that he's used to playing Conquest. I believe he brought the same lineup in LHS as he did for Conquest, which doesn't really work. So I think there's a certain difference in the format that Duin hadn't quite adjusted to yet. And
hold on, though.
I know for a fact he's going to refine his strategy this week and do better. So
he banned Warrior though, and Warrior is a fine ban. I don't see an issue with the ban, but
Yeah. But
I didn't
yeah.
say he was an imbecile. I said that he just wasn't used to the format.
But anyways, yeah, really rough week for BBYC. This was the week where they were coming in and they needed to have a big week or they were essentially eliminated, and 6 points is not the performance you want in a must-win week.
Very much a playoff week. So this punches a ticket for Wild Aces, and Booty Bay is not out. But they need close to a miracle to get in. They need to absolutely demolish their next week opponent, and they need F2L to get demolished.
Yeah, they're not dead yet, but they're on life support.
Well put.
All right.
Oh, this next one.
Finally, we have IGN versus F2L Black. And Ron, go ahead, bud.
All right. So much to the surprise of your Saloon hosts here, who have in basically back-to-back weeks gone 5-0 or 4-1 F2L. F2L in back-to-back weeks has been getting kind of beat up on. They like to claim that they are on vacation a little bit because they felt like they already punched the ticket for playoffs. But if they take another vacation to the tune of what they've been getting beaten up by, they leave the door open for another team to sneak into playoffs. So just not to discount IGN's performance here. They played very well. Wild 9 taking a 5-game win over Itachi in the 1. Your Mumked grabbing a victory over Markshire in the 2. Rebobson was the only win for F2L in the 3, and then Debs and King of Pixel picking it up over Chronic and Kazargar in the 4 and 5. Actually keeps IGN still alive mathematically in the playoff race as well. They need even more of a miracle than Booty Bay, but it is possible, and that's all thanks to this performance here. So really nicely done. Nice way to, I guess, lead up towards closing out the season. And for F2L, I mean, I don't know, maybe come back from vacation, guys. Time to wake up.
Yeah. Let's just say if BBYC is on life support, IGN's on double life support.
So when I have teams that do very, very well, I'm saying teams that I'm captaining that do very, very well, and they're just leading the conference. I usually do like pick weeks towards the end of the season, usually the last week or the second to last, where I'm just like, guys, just take a week off, take it easy. We're about to go into playoffs. We need to have our absolute A game, and I don't want you guys to be burned out going into it. So don't worry about winning this week. We're already there, And I think F2L kind of, I know I've mentioned this before. I think they probably heard this, but they started doing that a little bit earlier than I had that I think I would ever be comfortable doing.
Wise words from Coach Sage here. Don't go tearing any ACLs out there, guys. We got to stay fresh for the playoffs.
They bought their train tickets, but they may miss their train.
I like that, but yeah, it's kind of incredible that, assuming F2L hits the 90% or just don't make playoffs or whatever it is, that they were able to take basically the last 3 weeks of the season off of a 7-week season and still easily slide in. That just shows how good they were up until this point.
Absolutely.
Also, just one more thing before I move on to TL. This shows how much points matter in THL versus record. F2L Black, BBYC tied with the exact same record, both 3-3. Yet there is a 17-point gap between them?
Yeah, just massive.
Yeah.
An entire week's worth of points.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways. Moving on to TL. Start off with Dab on them versus transfer students. In the 1 seed, we had Dabs taking a big 3-1 win over the sub Jester 2 seed. Base Tank getting swept by Bach for life. Man, who would have expected Base to be 3-3 at this point?
We cursed the fuck out of her.
Yeah. 3 seed, however, her brother is showing he's not to be messed around with. 5-1, taking it 3-2 over G-Kick, handing G-Kick his first loss of the season. 4 seed, Lemur taking it 3-2 over Booze. And in the 5, Diamond reversing it and winning 3-1 over Chaser.
Yeah, nice win for Dab on him here. They were already leading Teal with points, but this was a big week where, it could have gotten flipped if transfer students had put up a big week on him. But Diamond, I think, was the last one to play and clutched out the victory over Dab on him. And I don't know if does it actually lock it in for playoffs, or is it just all but realistic?
It does not. I think it's 104.
Dab on them. Dab on them. Yeah, Dab on them is locked. I don't think anybody can knock them out. There's no way.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically, 107 to pass is what you need, but it's
right.
Yeah. The math and reality, aren't exactly in line right now. Mathematically, someone else could still get in over Dab, but realistically, Dab is going to make the playoffs.
You can predict teams to lose 05 or whatever, but for someone to say that a team will score literally 0 points in a week, that is so unlikely to ever happen.
Yeah. And actually, I would have to look at. There's a good chance they are locked already because if there's teams, actually no, because AskHS and I don't know. Anyways, that's not for here or there, but they're essentially locked.
Diamond in chat says it has happened. I believe there has only been. I believe, as far as I have been in THL, it has only ever happened once.
I believe you're correct. There's only been one.
Yeah, Serenite Pangangs completely swept. And it was nuts. But if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong here, there were also 3 DQs that week.
Yeah.
Hey, it happened once. It could happen again. Just saying. But no, really, I think the main takeaway here is how much that transfer students also did to get themselves in playoff position here. They are currently holding the 4 seed, and that's with a close loss to the top team in Teal. Big shout outs to Bach for Life taking that 3 over base, which is super impressive. Also really impressed by Astro Frog giving G-Kick his first loss of the season. So there were some really exciting matches here.
Absolutely. All right. Anyways.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, though. Didn't G-Kick go from 5 to 4 to 3?
Yes, he did.
Wait. Hold on. Okay, so Diamond beat Chaser. Chaser beat Ron. Therefore, by the transitive property, Diamond is better than Ron.
Hey, congrats, Diamond.
Well, I mean, Well, like I don't think you needed the transfer property for that. We have Masters Tour carried Eddie Diamond versus
That's right. That's right.
Visit Guy. Anyways, next up.
Also one last thank you actually to Astral Frog, because by merit of beating G-Kick and Lemur beating Buse, the seeds flip again, and G-Kick is back in the 4, setting up the G-Kick versus Chewbacca match that we all want to see so much.
But anyways, we'll be getting to that in a few minutes. Next up, we have Team Best Improved versus My Chemical Skullomance, and TMI won. So Ron, go ahead.
No, I want to do it.
Yeah,
nope,
that
it's
was the
Ron's.
setup there.
Go, Ron.
All right, Sage. Sorry, buddy. I'm going to run through this one. So, TMI versus MCS. This was a close one. We had FBM2, our main man, Reggie, playing up against Adam operating system, Walter himself. That was a real close one, with Adam pulling out the victory in 5 games. We had R-Hat with a sweep over Donde in the 2. Myself taking the 3-1 over Medusas. That was actually the final game in the series, played on stream and the decider match, which I was very happy about to bring it home for TMI. Travis lost in an 0-3 to Anfall, and in the 5 seed, Jim Philos taking the 3-1 over Saku. This does a whole lot to put TMI in strong contention for playoffs as well. Sitting in second place in the conference now at 4-2 and 93 points. Most likely this week should do enough to get TMI in, but there's still multiple scenarios where that can fall through.
So I'm real proud of my boys here. You guys did a great job this week. Reggie, honestly, one of the best players I've seen. He is just incredible. He's facing really stiff opposition. And he shouldn't be getting himself down about any of these losses. All right, he's doing a great job, and he's positive on the season. You can't be mad about it, Reggie. Honestly, you can't. R-Hat doing R-Hat things. Ron doing a great job, man. Love you. Travis struggling a little bit, but he's gotten better over the season already. I see it every time I watch him play. And Jim, just an absolute stud. I'm real happy with my boys this week, and I think we're going to go far in the playoffs.
Awesome. All right. Next up, we have Ask HS versus the Cult. And Khell, I'm going to give this one to you.
Sure. So in the 1 seed, we had Heat Shock beating Mr. Python 2-3, very close series. In the 2 seed, we had Zancat sweeping Plants. In the 3 seed, we had Big Ted beating Dr. Bomb 3-2. In the 4 seed, we had Roadrunner finally ending Chewbacca's reign of terror 3-1. And then I ended up beating qUAZ 3-1. I would like to thank Demon Companion for my 3-1 over qUAZ. If it weren't for that card, I would not have won.
Amazing.
What?
Always refa.
You drew Demon Companion 3 times or
Twice.
What? 3 games? Was it twice?
It was 2 out of the 3 games that I had it on turn 1.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And it seemed to be the best option for you every time, too.
Yeah, game 3 started, and before I played turn 1, qUAZ messaged me in client and was like, if you have Demon Companion, I swear to fucking God.
Go figure. Interesting that this is a tie, though.
So I want to say that
one.
I am pretty bummed about the tie. The tie kind of screws my team as far as playoffs are concerned. It makes it a lot harder for us.
You guys are right behind us. What are you so worried about?
Yeah, you guys are literally 1 point off. What?
Because we play transfer students, which gives Tanpams and the Cult a chance to catch us.
Yeah, very good thing to talk about in the next week preview, because that's one of our most exciting matches coming up, I think.
But I definitely say Cult gets a lot more screwed by this tie. If Cult just scores 1 more point in either the Plants match or the qUAZ match, Cult's going to have 4 more points, and then all of a sudden they're only 7 behind transfer instead of 11.
So,
True.
To your point there, Ted, if someone learned how to draw their bombs without healing, we would have taken the week.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it is what it is, but now, easy. Just get 23 points this week. Make playoffs every time.
Easy, just get 23.
Yeah, but anyways, final matchup. Pam Surf Slam versus the Burdenators. qUAZ, I'll let you run through this one.
We have You know what, Sage? Would you like it?
No, go ahead. He called on you.
All right. All right. So we got AG Battleship taking down Adair 3-2. Marty B losing 2-3 to the Rescue Wabbit. JR Juggerlaw sweeping Twig. Washing in the Wind losing to Cherub 3-2. And it's me, Mike V, sweeping for his first win, Swash Myrtle.
Mike, good job, man. Fuck. Excellent job. Swash is a good player, and it shows you're back on track, man. I'm happy for that. And it must have felt bad going 0-5. You know, like I definitely understand. I did that last season, and that felt real terrible because I was trying hard, and I just couldn't get a win.
Yeah.
So big win for our defending Hero Series champions. They are not, if the playoffs started today, they would be out, but the playoffs do not start today, giving them still one more chance, one more week. And if they can put together a big week, they might be able to punch their ticket to the playoffs. And it started with a win here. Those 16 points are huge.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. It's me, Mike V had to start winning this past week because if he didn't start winning right now, then they weren't going to make playoffs.
yeah, and it's, obviously we'll get into this more in a few minutes when we get to next week, but the two teams that are right ahead of them, Transfer Students and SKHS, are playing each other this week. So if they can put together a win, they're more likely than not making playoffs.
Yeah, very true.
All right.
The other big thing about this matchup here is Tanpams won with a pretty decisive win here, but they also did a good job of denying their opponents points. I mean, Burninator's only putting up 10 points is obviously Burninator's at the bottom of the Teal Conference right now, so it's not as relevant for them. But this coming week, if Tanpams can do the same thing, if they can keep their opponents to 9 or 10 points, it may have implications on the playoff run.
Yep.
True.
Well, all right. Anyways, we're going to take a short break for Auction Master Ron, and then we'll get right into deal. Go ahead, man.
All right. Yeah, we got a lot to cover. So speedy zoom time again for the commercial. So let's do this. Hey there, Twitch viewers. If you've subscribed to Team Hearth Legends yet, then make today the day to be a legend yourself and subscribe to our channel. This subscription enables the THL team to help cover the various costs of operating our website, as well as improve the quality of our streams and our content to our viewers. If you have Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, you can actually subscribe to this channel for free. Subscribers will get a THL emoticon as well as the lovely THL chat badge. So hit that heart button and keep the notifications on to make sure you catch our team broadcasting live. We appreciate each and every one of you. Special note to our viewers, check out THL's other social media points of interest, our website, teamhearthlegends.com. Follow us on Twitter at THL_HS. Join us on Discord at Team Hearth Legends. Check out the THL POW podcast for power rankings for all series, wherever you find your podcast. The true Hearth Legends himself, Saku, is posting all of our videos on our YouTube channel. Just search for Team Hearth Legends to catch everything previously recorded. You're, of course, watching us on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Team Hearth Legends, or possibly on our YouTube channel in the future. And for all you THL fanatics out there, still, there are THL shows every single day of the week. You can't go wrong tuning in at any time for some amazing Hearthstone-related content. Now back to the good part.
And big shout out to Khell.
I had to gift a sub for that, man. That's like some auctioneer shit right there.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, and
Reggie
thank
gets
you,
a sub.
Saku, for everything that you do.
Yep, of course. But anyways, time to jump into the upcoming week. We're going to start off with Teal because Purple's pretty much already decided, so we decided we're going to spend a bit more time on Teal. Anyways, first up, Dab on them versus My Chemical Skullomance.
This isn't the order that it's in the show notes.
I'm more.
See, that's why it's just easier to not have show notes.
Imagine having show notes. What is this?
It's show notes are the kind of thing that gets you show of the year. But anyways, Sage, go ahead, run us through MCS versus Dab.
All right, MCS versus Dab on them. So in the 1, we've got Dabs versus Atom Operating System. In the 2, we have Donde versus Based Incorporated. In the 3, Astral Frog versus Starkey, a.k.a. Medusas. In the 4, Anfall versus Buse. In the 5, Diamond versus Saku. And so this is not really a big week for Dab on them. They just need to get a couple points here, and they're pretty much clinched. MCS is pretty far out of a playoff spot at the moment. I mean, I don't know. I guess there's maybe a real outside chance that they make it, but yeah, the MCS needs big points. They need like a full sweep to have a chance here, I think. And honestly, in total here, I think dab on them is they aren't going to let up, man. I don't think they're going to let up. They're number one, but I don't know that they're going to take a week off. I think they're just going to go hard and take it 5-0 over MCS.
All right.
Ooh, bold pick.
Ron, what do you think?
To be fair, mine is not really that far off either. But My Chemical Scholomance, one of the best names in Hero Series, I think. But unfortunately, up against Dab on him and having a bit of a rocky season, top team in Teal, I think is going to take it to him. I've got Adam as well in the 1 seed. Guy's just insane. He's a Hearthstone machine. Giving it to Based in the 2. I think Astral Frog continues the amazing season, picks up a victory in the 3. Buse, I almost picked against you, man, but I like keeping you on your toes, mixing it up. I flipped a coin again this time, and you won the coin toss, so you take it down over Anfall here. And finally, Diamond bringing it on home again. Dab on him takes the victory 4-1, knocking out MCS effectively from the playoffs and easily clinching their number 1 seed.
I'm you know what all I'm gonna say is I copied your homework for this one. 4-1 dab on him.
Solid.
qUAZ, what do you think?
Yeah, I've got Adam and Saku winning for My Chemical Scholomance, and then dab on them, taking the middle 3, so Buse, Astral Pog, and Based Inc. all winning their respective matches for a 3-2 dab on them win.
All right. And finally, Khell, what do you think about this?
So I have dabs in the 1, am I the only person that picked dabs in the 1?
No, Sage.
I mean, normally I
Sage.
pick Dabs, but Dabs is playing Adams, so you know.
Yeah, Adam's tough.
Right. So I have Donde in the 2. I think Donde's going to step it up, and I think Donde's going to bring his game this week. I've got Astral Frog in the 3, Antful in the 4, and then Saku in the 5. My boy Saku is going to come in clutch, and MCS is going to take this 3-2.
All right.
Nice.
Next up, we have Team Most Improved versus the Burnators. And
You guys all copied my homework.
Ron, go ahead.
Well,
Wait,
let's see.
Hang on, I have to ask a quick question before we continue.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Sage, did you literally predict a 5-0 in every single match?
It's called the sweep week, man. It's the sweep week.
All right. I don't know if that's like genius or lazy. I haven't decided yet.
Yes. The answer is yes. It's a little bit of both.
I like it.
A little column A, a little column B.
But yeah, just to run through this match, TMI versus the Burnators, we have the number 2 team in Teal versus last place team that's already eliminated. We've got FBM 2 in the 1 versus Rescue Wabbit, Ridiculous Hat versus Dare in the 2, myself versus Tweeg in the 3, Travis Chrono versus Cherub in the 4, and Jim Philos versus Swashmurgler in the 5. And I am a player for TMI. I never have any bias when it comes to picking this team. 5-0 TMI easy. Let's go.
Sage?
5-0 TMI easy. Let's go.
Khell?
I have 5-0 TMI.
qUAZ?
Wow.
I have 4-1 TMI with
What's wrong with you?
Swashmurgler winning it
What
in
the
the
fuck,
5.
Quaz? Why you gotta be like that?
But yeah, and finally me, I'm saying 5-0 TMI, and you know it must be a easy week for TMI if even I'm saying 5-0 for them. Or
Now, the big thing here is how many points Burnators can deny TMI. Like, if assuming TMI doesn't go 5-0, Burnators really actually have an opportunity here to kind of mess up TMI as far as the playoff race is concerned, and Tampams could sneak in.
yeah, absolutely.
True.
There's also the possibility of
Yeah,
you know,
I call Burnators' motivation into question a little bit.
yeah.
I don't know, man. Listen, they know that they're out, but it's time to crush dreams, motherfucker. Like, we're in.
All right. Anyway, next up,
Just do the F2L thing from last season, right?
yeah, we have
Oh my god. Please don't. Silver, if you're listening, could you make sure your guys don't? That'd be pretty cool.
Cherub's out there in chat. He's getting fired up.
Oh shit. Oh, no.
all right. Next up, we have
Sure,
Ask,
I'll get a voice chat with you later. All right, we'll talk about it.
HHS
Nice.
versus the transfer students. Khell?
So before I run through this real quick, I do think this is the match this coming week, or this week, I guess, that has the most playoff implications.
Yeah.
Because it is third versus fourth place. If this is a blowout one way or another, then the team that loses is likely eliminated.
Yep.
With that being said, obviously, I'm going to be a little biased, but I have Python taking the 1. I have Zancat taking the 2. I have Mr. Doc taking the 3. I have Shu taking the 4. And I have Chaser sweeping my goofy ass in the 5.
I've heard this script before.
Nice.
Cal? Are you taking from my homework here?
It's a
Nah,
patented
man, I just
strat.
legitimately think that's what's going to happen. Like, I suck, but my team is good. Look at the records, man. Like, they speak for themselves.
Khell taking a play out of the qUAZ playbook. Anyways, qUAZ,
Yep.
what do you think about this match?
I think it is absolutely fantastic match. I cannot wait for the transfer students to sweep SKHS and send SKHS out of the playoffs.
Wow.
Sage?
You know, I'm actually on the opposite end of that spectrum. I think this is a fantastic match as well. I don't think the students are going to make it in the playoffs. All right, and I would like to say both of these teams are the teams that beat TMI in the regular season. So one of them is not allowed to make playoffs, and I think it's going to be the students. I think we have a much better chance at beating SKHS in playoffs. So I'd rather it be them. So I'm going to root for SKHS to win 5-0 this week. And I definitely did not flip a coin when deciding who to pick the 5-0 for this matchup.
Definitely
guy.
didn't do that.
Ron?
I'm really excited for this match. This is I don't think it's gonna go as crazy as either you guys or all three of you guys are predicting so far, where it's so lopsided. This winner basically makes playoffs. Loser very possibly misses playoffs. I think Mr. Python's going to take a victory in the 1. He's been insane all season, and Bach coming off a sweep of base. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes it, but I'm still giving the slight edge to the PR edge here. I think Super Sub Alien Santa is going to take a victory in the 2. I'm giving it to Dr. Bombed in the 3. G-Kick is going to win in the battle of the who's more OP low seeds here, Shu versus G-Kick. And finally, I will agree with Khell's sentiment that Khell is garbage, and Chaser takes a victory here. So 3-2 transfer students kick Khell and his team right out of the playoffs.
Now, hold up. I just want to point out, if we do lose 3-2, there is a good chance we still make it as long as we still put up double digits.
True, yeah. Tanpams would have to also put up a good week.
Yeah.
I do have one other comment, and that is I would love to see SKHS make playoffs just to get knocked, so that way it happens to Khell again.
You know what, man? At this point, I've already accepted I'm not going to win a championship. I'm just happy with making playoffs, man.
All right, and
Well, that's the
Oh,
goal,
now I
isn't
feel
it?
bad. Khell's just happy to be here, and now I regret what I said.
All right. Also, listen. Last week, I kind of was I fucked around. Okay, Chewbacca messaged me 10 minutes before my match, linked me a Twitter link that had a Quest Druid list and was like, bring this or no balls. So I literally crafted the cards and brought the deck with 0 games played into my match. I'm not doing anything like that this week. I'm going to take this seriously.
I mean, you gotta have balls, right?
Nice.
That deck did win me the series. So
Nice. All right. Anyways, finally for me.
All right, so tip for Chaser: just message Khell about something that dare him to bring something or not bring something. That's
it's true,
really bad
man.
and
I
say,
can't turn down a challenge, man. If you tell me no balls, I got to do it.
All right.
It's the strat, Chaser. Get him.
Anyways, in the 1 seed,
No, you're not allowed.
I have Python beating Bach in the 1, Alien Xana beating Zancat in the 2, Lemur in the 3, G-Kick in the 4, Khell in the 5 for 3-2 transfer students.
Damn, Ted, you're actually you have faith in me?
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. How are you going to say that I win and my team loses? That's wrong.
Listen, man. We'll see. Um, finally, we have Colt versus Tam Hamster Slam. And qUAZ, go ahead.
All right. We've got in the 1 seed A2 Battleship 4-2 versus Heat Shock, who's also 4-2.
All right, well, just hold
Marty
on.
B.
Hold on a second. Isn't A2 getting subbed this week?
He is getting subbed this week. You do not update the show notes.
Well,
He is being subbed in for Nails.
okay.
That's who it is.
Still be Nails.
It'll be Nails, yeah. Marty B versus Plants, both 2-4. Actually, this is a very interesting top 3 seeds in this matchup. It would have been 4-2, 4-2, 2-4, 2-4, and 3-3 and 3-3. However, with the Nails sub, it's not that anymore. And then in the 3 seed, we got Jared Jardalov versus the Big Ted. In the 4 seed, Washington in the Wind versus Roadrunner. And it's me, Mike V, versus qUAZ in the 5.
All right. What are your picks, if I even have to ask you?
There is an age-old tradition on Saloon with myself. 4-1 cult, qUAZ loses. Let's go.
And you
Nice.
know what? 4-1
Tried
cult.
true.
4-1 cult. Ted loses.
I like you guys staying on brand. It felt weird when Ted was switching it up mid-season. Yeah. We're back.
Yep.
And see, you have to bring me back to the show to get Ted back on brand. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, now we just need to get rid of the show notes.
Exactly.
I hate to
Easy.
Sage, weren't you the one begging me to do show notes?
Yes.
All right. Anyway,
Sage is consistently inconsistent.
I just want to say the very first show I ever did with you guys. What was the first thing I asked for?
Where are show notes? And then we all answered, "What are show notes?"
Yes. You guys.
Nice.
Like, why?
You love to see it.
You know what? Just seeing the way you're reacting right now makes me not want to have show notes next week.
I'm gonna fight you, Ted.
Anyways, Ron, go ahead next.
Okay, so Tanpams versus the Cult. Tanpams desperately needs this to get into the playoffs. Cult, same thing. And if this goes even like just kind of a back and forth, both teams might miss the playoffs. And I kind of feel like that's what's going to happen here. Heat Shock wins in the 1. I'm giving it to Marty B in the 2. I think Ted gets the victory in the 3 seed. Wash in the Wind, strong season. He's going to get the victory in the 4. And finally, get him, qUAZ. I say qUAZ wins in the 5 for the 3-2 Cult victory, knocking off the defending champions and keeping them out of the playoffs. Even though you might miss the playoffs, that's still something.
All right, Khell, what do you think?
So I'm pretty close to Ron here. I have Heat Shock in the 1, Plants in the 2, Ted in the 3, Wash in the 4, and qUAZ in the 5 for a 4-1 for the Cult. If this happens, I am going to predict that, unfortunately, both of them still miss playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I think Colt could sneak in with a 4-1, but it's going to have to be like an 18-point 4-1, where they get the 3 for 21.
I love the sincerity on that, unfortunately, from Khell there.
No, I would, honestly, man, I would love to see either Cult or Tanpams make it. I mean, they're both great teams. Every season that I have played in Hero, I swear I've been in the same conference as Tanpams. And I feel like they make playoffs more often than not. Yeah. So, no, I mean, both of these teams, they're great teams. I think they're both deserving of playoffs, but we'll see how it plays out this week. So
yeah, this is also a good match to kind of end the season on. Cult and Tanpams have definitely built up a bit of a rivalry in the past. Especially in,
Yeah.
But for Cult's championship and Tanpams championship, they met each other in the semifinals. So, definitely a lot of bad blood between the two teams. So this is kind of, this could be a playoff match for one of the teams.
Yeah, very fitting.
It's a good way to end the season. But anyways, Sage, what are your picks?
So, I understand you guys thinking that, the Colt is just going to smurf on Tanpams here, and all y'all picking the Colt, and the Colt's a really good team, all right? They're both very good teams, and I get that A2 is getting subbed out. and not everybody has had a perfect season. Mike is struggling a little bit, and there's a sub, but and Marty B is 2-4, but like JR 3-3, like they're pretty okay. They're all doing pretty okay. Wash is really standing out and above, along with A2, who's being subbed. But I still think Tampams is really going to hunt for another playoff appearance and try to get another boat, and that would be really good for them. And they're just going to give it to the Colt this week. All right, they're giving it to them. They're going to show y'all how it's done. All right, rivalry be damned. Y'all are taking it this week, Ted. All right, and it's going to be a 5-0 for Tampams. All right, they're all getting it to you. All right,
Sage does with the coin flip commands.
yes.
All right. Anyways,
do as the coin do as the coin demands.
All right, time to move on to purple. Anyways, we're gonna
let's do it.
Yeah, we are running a bit low on time, but luckily there's not, like I said earlier, not as much to talk about in purple, as it's pretty much locked up already. Anyways, we're starting off with NPH versus IGN. In the 1 seed, we have Agent Pee-wee versus Wild9. 2, we have Skittles versus Your Mom Kid. 3, Posca versus Dibs. 4, Disco versus Debs. 5, Shunsui versus King of Pixel. And I'm going to be saying 5-0 for Nevers here. What do you think, Ron?
Yeah, I think this is where IGN's mathematical chances of making playoffs finally fall apart. NPH, I think they complete the perfect season. I think Agent PWE completes the perfect season as well. The only one I have losing for NPH here is Skittles in the 2. I think Your Mum Kid grabs a victory, but it's going to be 4-1 NPH. They're already locked for playoffs anyway.
Sage?
Okay, so the Purple Conference is actually what inspired me to do sweeps this week, because Purple just, oh my goodness, these matchups. Like NPH undefeated versus IGN made in 50 minutes. I'm sorry, man, but I'm picking 5-0 NPH here, and you can't talk me out of it. I don't care if y'all just be F2L, all right? I think F2Ls can just take it real easy. NPH ain't, all right? They're gonna give it to you, all right, guys? So just brace yourselves for the beating you're about to take. It's 5-0 NPH.
All right, qUAZ?
All right, I actually have to go a little off script here because I don't want to jinx them. So Wild9 beats Agent PWE. Skittles and Disco win for NPH, but Dibs and King of Pixel win for IGN for a 3-2 win over No Pros here.
Wow.
Wow, all right.
So you're saying Wild9 ends Pee-wee's perfect season as well?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, I believe we already have a result in this one too. Posca has beaten Dibs.
Hey, I got that one. All right, so finally,
no
Khell.
changing it.
I had 5-0 NPH.
Yeah. Oh, what? qUAZ is the only one who picked Dibs?
Rip qUAZ picks.
For qUAZ's picks.
Gee.
If you go back and watch all the VODs of all the saloons I was on,
I
was
do have a
right
question.
probably 20% of the time.
How does having 2 guests on affect the guest picks?
They'll just have more.
We just aggregate them.
Yeah.
We go off percentage.
Yeah, it's percentage. So. Anyways.
So more chances to be wrong.
Yeah.
Look at it that way.
Next up, we have F2L Black versus the Challenge Stoners, and Ron, go ahead.
All right, F2L Black versus Challenge Stoners. Well, F2L Black needs to wake up a little bit to just make sure that they make playoffs, but even just a few points is probably going to be enough for them. Stoners, meanwhile, they've already locked up playoffs. They don't realistically have anything to play for except just to beat up on a team just because they can. And it seems like that's what they like to do. I'm giving it to Year of Dar Binks in the 1 seed, completing another perfect season. I think we're going to see Just in Time beat Markshire in the 2. I think Rabobson beats Inzi because Inzi never wins. Inzi always loses. Always blame Inzi. Give it to Rebob in the 3. Turtle taking it down in the 4 seed, I think, over the Chronic. And in the 5, Kazargar getting a victory over Free Hugs. It's going to be a 3-2 Stoners win, but that should give F2L enough points to have a distance and make playoffs.
Well, yes. The 8, they need 6, so winning 2 would give them 8 points. So that would lock it for them. And you know what? I think FUL is going to start focusing. They're going to say, look, we need to get in playoff form. Let's come back this week, and they're going to sweep challenge centers. 5L F2L. Was?
Ooh.
Hey, Sage, do you hear that in the background? I'm pretty
What?
sure there's a train.
It's
Because
100.
it is the train of F2L for that ticket that they have punched. They're going to come in and they're going to sweep the Challenge Stoners 5-0.
Khell?
Nobody has heard a train coming from me this whole season or last season.
Yeah,
Thank you
and we miss
Thank
it.
you very much.
So
That was only during your reign, qUAZ.
F2L needs.
So you just weren't focusing
Oh my
on
god,
quality.
let Khell talk. Jesus.
F2L needs 7 points to lock themselves in playoffs. Because BBYC has a maximum of 102 points if they have a perfect week.
Yeah, well, it's well, they also have the tiebreaker over BBYC, so they only need 6.
Which dropped
Oh, so they only need 6. Okay.
Yeah.
They need 6 points, so they're making it. I had Itachi in the 1, Markshire in the 2, Rabobson in the 3, Turtle in the 4, and then I have Free Hugs upsetting Kazargar.
Kazargar.
Yeah. I have Free Hugs upsetting the 5 seed for a 3-2 win to F2L.
All right, and finally Sage.
All
Lot of
right,
F2L
man.
picks.
Yes, I understand F12 is good and they need to wake up going into playoffs. That it might be that, if they don't, then they could get just raffle stomped. And I think that would be hilarious if it happened. So let's just go ahead and go 5-0 Stoners because, if F12 doesn't make a single point, then they could even let in IGN. And that would just be the story arc of the century right there. So I'm rooting for the Stoners. I want to see it happen. All right. F12, you guys just go ahead and sit on your hands. And have a grand old time. Yeah, please.
Fantastic.
I would love to see it happen.
Okay, hang on. Sage, you're predicting 5-0 Stoners. Do you think that let's assume that this happens, right? Stoners go 5-0.
Yes.
Does F2L get 6 points and lock themselves to playoffs?
No, they don't even get 2.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
That's bold.
That's spicy.
Anyways, next up we have Wild Aces versus ATL, and Ron, go ahead with this one.
All right, so Wild Aces versus ATL. We've got, ATL doesn't really have anything to play for. Wild Aces also not really anything to play for. But I think just they're going to continue a strong season. They just don't want to lose any momentum. They were the most hyped team before the season started, and I think they just want to get a little bit more hype going into the playoffs. So I've got 5-0 Wild Aces.
I have 5-0 Wild Aces.
Hey, me too.
How about that? Was? What do you have?
So I've got 2s, Bill, C-Mac, and 9 winning, with Matty Ebbs taking it for ATL, so 4-1 Wild Aces.
By the way, I'm sorry, Brushy.
And finally, Kel.
Damn, you guys are wild. I got 2s in the 1, Bill Snyder in the 2, Brushy Tuna in the 3, Pond in the 4, Matty Ebbs in the 5, for a 3-2 to ATL.
All right, and finally, Dad Legend, BBYC, Sage. These are your boys. Go for it.
These are my boys right here. BBYC versus Dad Legend. I love both of these teams. Not totally equally. I've won a championship with one of them, but the other team, BBYC, I won a championship with a bunch of people on the roster in the past in Legacy. So actually everybody but Doan. So yeah. Anyways, I think let's see. We got Blue Sombrero in the 1 versus Isocles. In the 2, we see Starlax versus Boozosaurus. In the 3, we've got Duin versus Yellow Dart. And in the 4, Hockey Boys 3 versus 2-Star Mako. And in the 5, Scritch versus Clarity. And I don't want to root against my boys. And it's hard to say almost who my boys are in this situation, but it's got to be the guys I've been playing with for forever in Legacy, and that's BBYC. All these guys are my boys, all right, and doing just come on, man, you can do it. I believe in you, all right.
And according to your picks, if BBYC gets the 5-0 and F2L gets stomped, BBYC would sneak in.
Yep.
So we'll see. Anyways, I'm going to go pretty similar to you. I'm going for 1 BBYC with Yellow Dart picking up the other one for Dad Legend. Ron, go ahead.
I'm giving it to Isocles in the 1. I think Boozosaurus takes it down in the 2. Dewin in the 3. Hockey Boys in the 4. And Scritch in the 5. 3-2 BBYC. Not nearly enough to get in.
All right. qUAZ?
I've got Blue Sombrero in the 1, Starlights in the 2, Dewin in the 3, Hockey Boys in the 4, and Scritch in the 5 to make it a 3-2 BBYC win.
And final Khell?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going against you guys. I have Isocles in the 1, I have Booze in the 2, I have Yellow Dart in the 3, Hockey Boys in the 4, and Scritch in the 5 for a 3-2 to Dad Legend.
All right. Oh, whoops.
There you have it. That
Right.
wraps up the regular season.
Yeah. Anyways, I do believe it is interview time. So,
Double interview time.
yeah, so we have questions for both of you, so I think we'll just go back and forth. So,
Yeah, sounds good.
yeah, these are diamond questions, obviously. First question for qUAZ. Who is your favorite 5 seed and why is it qUAZ?
It's a tradition as old as Saloon itself.
Yeah, I really appreciated when he submitted that question last night.
Wait, do I have to answer this too?
No, you have separate
Yes,
questions.
you do. Yes, you do.
You know,
'Cause
fine.
no, this one is definitely for Khell because I never asked it to myself. I always asked it to the guests.
All right. I've been trying to make it to the 5 seed for like 3 seasons, so it's definitely me. Fuck you. I love myself.
Hey, you sound like Sage a lot right now. Anyways,
if I legitimately had to pick my favorite 5 seed, it's 100% Saku because that man is just perfect.
I mean, it's hard to argue against that.
It's a good answer.
Anyways,
This is true.
Next up, we have for Khell. You took a break from THL. What was it like?
I have to say it was weird because ever since I found THL, I'd never taken a break, but I was feeling pretty burnt out on Hearthstone. It was nothing to do with THL itself. I needed a break from Hearthstone, and it felt good. I came back this season. I felt kind of re-energized, I guess, and obviously it doesn't show in my performance, but that's because I suck at Hearthstone. But my team's been doing good, and I'm really proud of them, and I'm just happy to be back this season.
All right,
Yeah, we're happy to have you back, Khell.
Yeah. Anyways, next up we have for qUAZ. What do you think about when making your team?
Biggest one is how can I put Ted in the most busted situation I possibly can? Because I need someone to backpack me. And then the rest of it is essentially who are some people I really meld with well for the rest of the seeds.
All right.
And who are just going to win kind of on their own without my input or can give me input type of thing.
That's fair. Next up for Khell, how did you build up the AskHS Discord?
So when I joined AskHS, I was still relatively new to Hearthstone. And I spent a lot of time trying to learn the game and trying to help other people learn the game. The SKHS Discord was already an established kind of thing. So I don't know that I'm the person that necessarily built it up. It was already partnered with our Hearthstone and with CompHS. So the whole idea was that it was kind of a middle ground between our Hearthstone and CompHS, where we tried to help people improve, but we weren't super competitive as far as like tournaments and stuff. But the people who deserve the recognition for that are the teachers that were there at the time. Fuel was one of those people. Myself, I was there. Tueri, and then also Zeppy, Zeppy and Tueri are the co-founders of SKHS. So honestly, those guys deserve all the credit, not me.
All right. Next up for qUAZ, how did you find out about TED?
Oh, that is an old one. It happened when the board came to me with, I think it was like half a week left in the off season. They're like, "Hey, can you put together a hero team for us because we had someone back out last minute as a captain?" And so I remember I was essentially just messaging everyone who I could find through free agents as registered players and going to the free agents chat. So I messaged Ted and I'm like, "Hey, I'm qUAZ from THL. I recently got admitted as a captain in Hero this season. Would you like to play?" Luckily, Navi said yes and took on the persona of the big Ted.
That's awesome.
I just want to apologize that I never panned out to be anything in THL.
No Hall of Fame or
mod,
MVP or anything else.
Oh,
What the fuck just happened?
bye, qUAZ.
qUAZ just disconnected a whole bunch. I
Yeah.
guess he couldn't handle that response.
He disconnected and reconnected like 9 times at once, and Discord just spammed the connect sound.
Yep.
Scared the shit out of me. Scared the shit out of me.
I'm really happy that I have streamer mode on, so that didn't come through.
Yeah.
You broke qUAZ.
I'm glad I just have all notification sounds from Discord muted anyways, so I never hear that shit.
All right. And finally, Khell, what is your favorite part about THL? Oh, he's back.
My favorite part about THL is definitely meeting new people and forging relationships with new players. I've met some of the best Hearthstone players I've ever played against in THL, and in the team building process and stuff, it's so fun to try to find people who you think will work well together and kind of bounce their strengths and weaknesses off each other. So definitely meeting new people and helping your lower seeds improve. If only my team could just make me better, that would be like perfect. But we can't ask for miracles here.
All right. We have a few questions.
There is one question for the Saloon crew.
Oh yeah, from qUAZ himself.
Yeah, and he's not even here to say it, so I'll go ahead and ask him.
He came back.
Is he here?
Well, it's too bad because I want to say it. I want to ask.
Oh my god!
All right.
All right.
I
so
also can't hear him.
Yeah, he's
qUAZ,
kind of
you need to get off that 56K, dog.
qUAZ, get rid of the dial-up.
Okay, so there's a question for Saloon crew, and is qUAZ asked, "I have a question for the Saloon peeps. Why are you all fantastic except Ted?"
Thanks, bud.
It's an excellent question.
I just wish I could answer.
I mean, yeah, I can't really speak for Ted, but for me and Sage, I'd say we're not fantastic either. Actually,
wait.
Someone lied to you.
I have great.
You got this all backwards.
I have great answers for this.
What?
I want to hear.
So Sage is great because he created a fucking dynasty. This guy has won 5 goddamn championships, like 2 of them back to back, and he could win another back-to-back championship this season. That's crazy. RonMexico is great because look at that fucking mustache. I wish I could grow facial hair, dude. Like, I can't. It comes in all patchy and like goofy and shit. And Ted, well, fuck Ted.
Nice.
I actually think Ted is fantastic, but that's neither here nor there.
I guess I'm glad someone on this planet does.
I'm totally kidding, Ted. You're awesome, and I really appreciate you opting for Saloon and stuff. And you're the man.
In all seriousness, actually, Ted is the reason that this show is what it is. We wouldn't be anywhere without Ted.
Absolutely.
I just want to let you guys know I can't take compliments. I'm gonna have to leave this call in a second. So, anyways, we have a few questions for both of you. Do you guys miss being on Saloon?
Yes.
Was?
Yes and no. When I had other people upping it, it was absolutely fantastic. When I was the one who was having to op it, it was definitely a headache and a half, especially how my work schedule is now. I am super inconsistent on my days.
All right. And finally, what are your thoughts on this current version of Saloon versus when you guys were on?
Imagine having show notes. Lol.
Nice.
Well, qUAZ,
No, I think the current version
I
of
have to repeat that sentiment.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, I think the current version of Saloon is definitely more organized, especially after Forcible left. Because Force used to do all the show notes and stuff. Man, that guy was awesome. I miss
Yeah.
Force. But yeah, you guys are definitely more organized. I mean, we didn't even have show notes half the time. Just going in, we were like, yeah, we're gonna wing this shit. And you know what? Sometimes it worked, and other times not so much. We also had some
an hour and a half Southern shows.
Yeah. We ran overtime a lot. We also had to deal with some crazy stuff on the show that everybody knows what I'm talking about, so I don't even have to go into detail. But
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, Tuesday Night Madness, man. I tell you what.
yeah. We are at 10:10, so I think I'm gonna, wrap
You
up.
mean 9:10?
Go away. Anyways, yeah, we do have a I'm gonna call it here. We do have a bar fight coming up, so make sure you stick around for that. Thank you, Sage and qUAZ, for joining.
It's been fun.
I meant Khell and qUAZ. Jesus.
I was waiting
Oh
on
my
that,
God.
actually.
I
I was
was really
just waiting.
confused about that.
I'm brain dead.
Thanks, Sage and qUAZ. No thanks to Khell.
no, thanks for having us on, guys. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us. Everyone out there, thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for CMAC versus Brushy Tuna on our Tuesday night bar fight, the last bar fight of the regular season.
Yep. See ya.